Fun. धरती राज पताल तैतीस करोड़ देवी देवताओं का धनगर का सब बोलो श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम श्री राम। मेरी बर्तन की जय। हरे हर महादेव शंभु काशी विश्वनाथ गंगे। हरे हर महादेव शंभु काशी विश्वनाथ गंगे। काशी विश्वनाथ गंगे विश्वनाथ।
Too much performing, huh? So any questions this morning? Yes.
I'd like to ask: is happiness the goal? Is that what what we should achieve?
No, the happiness comes by itself. It's not a goal. You understand? Otherwise, you're just after something in particular. No, you're just simply after yourself. You see? And so, you look directly and inquire into the nature of this appearance. And possibly it makes you happy. You understand? Not that you really desire for the happiness, because your true desire is freedom. Your true desire is to know who you are. Yes, and everything else comes from it. You see? So you first follow this one pure and true desire. And then you see what comes from it. And then whatever comes, you enjoy. You understand? Yes.
Okay, maybe what I meant is like in some traditions, talking of liberation, in enlightenment. So how does happiness fit into this? It seems there's a lot of stress on happiness here.
So first things first, no? First you look directly, right now in this moment, so that we don't waste any time, for traditions and enlightenments and happiness, you understand? Just look at this very moment here now. And you look and follow simple directions to look within. And you tell me, what do you find?
Depends how far I look.
Go all the way. Nothing. So where does the question come from?
I think like all questions, it comes from the ego.
Like all questions, it comes from the ego. Do you know that, or you just remember it from somewhere?
I think it's obvious.
Yes, so look directly at this very moment to see. Yes, don't waste your time repeating, Just look and see where is it truly coming from.
I cannot put it into words.
Yes, you understand. That's a wonderful answer. That's an excellent answer. Yes, it's the answer before you think. before you remember, before you know something. It's a direct answer, you understand? Yes, so like that, you just always look directly. You never rely on anything that comes from the outside, you understand? Somewhere, somebody, something.
Thank you.
Yes.
An immersion happening right now.
Just come closer, I can't hear you.
So, in the quiet, what seems to be arising, or in the ecstasy, whatever the moment is, there seems to be a final sense of being small. In order to surrender, there has to be surrendering to something larger. It's a concept attached to the process of surrendering. I know it is. And I realize in not wanting it to be there, I'm stuck. Or
Just like that, you understand? Why hold it if you can put it down? Why make such a big deal about it? Unless you want something else, you understand? Otherwise, you simply put it down. That's it. Very simple choice. No choice at all. And once you put it down, why pick it up again? You understand? Yes.
So the question is to focus on the silence or focus on that which notices the silence.
Too much thinking. That will keep you away from yourself for a long time. Am I to do this or am I to do that? It doesn't go anywhere like that, you understand? You just straightforward forget it. And then you see if the silence really likes you, she comes again. You understand? But you have to be home. Otherwise, you're just busy cleaning. You're not here when she comes. A simple attention will do.
I have a report,
Yes.
and it's a realization for me. and it's very profound. And
What is it?
it is that
Let's get to the good part.
I've heard it just so many times, and it is simply that it is here.
Yes, it is here.
Here. And there's no edge. There's no edge anymore, and it's been a very, very subtle struggle, so subtle. And now
To maintain it, yes, the
There's no
struggle to
edge.
maintain it. No need.
it's here.
Yes.
Probably what I can talk about best, again, is just my experience. And I would say that initially, satsang was confusing and difficult for me. My experience can be described that I would come with what I thought were well-formed questions and all these ideas that I would present to Neelam, and she would just very simply and directly almost pop my bubble of the question or the concept. Her response was so direct and so simple that the ideas behind the questions would just dissolve away, and I would be left with nothing, no ideas, no ground, familiar ground to stand on. And as I said initially, that was confusing and uncomfortable, but with time, repeatedly going through that experience with my questions and with the questions of people around me in satsang, it got to a point where the mind just kind of gave up, where there was less and less effort to try and figure it out or understand. And my mind just got quieter and quieter. The world is like a dream, so you can't really take it seriously anymore. And yet at the same time, it's turned into the most wonderful and beautiful dream that I've ever had.
So, any more questions this morning? Namaste.
Probably this, I don't know, but this is probably my last satsang for this journey in India. And I want to say something about it because actually I didn't came to see you. I came after my love.
It's the same thing, no?
Yes. Yes, but I didn't know then. I didn't know it then. Now I know it. And when I have amazing month here, and actually it was like a wave, sometimes up, sometimes down. Sometimes I hate you, sometimes I really love you. And many times I felt like I'm in steps, wave that are not with the current, like I'm side, little wave that fear of the big current, don't believe in it, don't want to go with the stream strong, but now I know that I'm there and that's it. I'm like the picture is framed. I don't know what will happen, but
No, that you can't know. So that, yes.
yes, that's
It's
good
the
for me.
only one thing you can know.
Yes, this is
Yes,
I know that I
that's
don't
the
know.
only one thing you can know.
And I really thank you.
Yes.
One question, if I can. It's not a question, it's a request.
Yes.
Can you give me your leg that I can kiss it?
Stop the camera. Which one did you want?
Anyway,
This one? Yeah. It's a good leg, no? Yes. Sweet, sweet.
Hello.
Hello.
I've been having many accidents during my life, and especially during the past year. Bus crashes, car accidents, pedestrian being run over, anything, assaulted, you name it. Very serious ones.
Wonderful, no?
Yes, I seem to be
Yes.
very lucky. I can ride through a minefield without anything exploding. But these things are happening, and in the last accident I had my bones were broken and my teeth. So it's starting to get more physical. And some people tell me that it's important for me to understand why this is happening. And
You understand today, and tomorrow you will forget.
I don't
And then you will
understand.
have the understanding, and then so what? You understand?
I don't understand. So I don't have the understanding to forget. And some people say that I can change, so that I can do something to change this.
So what is it that you are saying, or what is it that you want?
For me, I want to be happy, whatever happens, no matter what happens. So
Yes. How would you do that?
to not care if I have another accident or not.
Nah, that's a little difficult, you know, because then you still have to do something, no?
Not
You
care.
have to care about it or not care about it. It's a lot of effort that it takes to not to care about something. As a matter of fact, it's the same effort as caring. You understand?
Yeah.
Yes. So therefore, the best solution, you find out what is beyond both. What is it that caring and not caring comes from? What is it that you come from? In your accidents, you understand?
I wish I knew.
Well, you do know.
I do.
Yes. It's not a matter of wishing, you know? It's a matter of simple, straightforward inquiry. That takes your attention into yourself. Otherwise, you're just involved with the events. You understand? They take your attention. Then you care or not care. But you have to find out, who is it? That cares or doesn't care.
I don't find an answer, but I don't find fear if I'm just now.
Yes, and that takes you to look within, to take the attention off the objects outside of you, off the understandings that are waiting or not. And it diverts it all into your own self, so that you look directly, see? That you follow it all inside until you find the answer.
There is an answer?
Ah, you are the answer. Not the way you think yourself to be, but the way you are.
For me, coming to satsang and to be with a master is what identified for me the truth that I am. and now I know that it's here. What I've been looking for is found, and it's not even found because it was never lost. For a long time I was looking for the answers outside of myself, and I learnt ways to change myself, and I was looking for happiness in relationship, and I tried to change my relationship, and I would try to change my lifestyle, and always happiness was elusive. It was like nearly there but not quite, never enough. I now know what I need to do to recognize that's a lie, that it doesn't exist.
So it's an invitation from Lucknow to stay in somebody's house for all of us that travel. It's a big house and we might all fit there. Madhuban, 7 rooms. If not, there's some other houses close by. Food and satsang place. And
True satsang is diving into oneself. True satsang, as I'm learning it, means diving into beyond the concept of what you are. Because it means union with truth. And we have a lot of concepts about self, I do, about myself, that are dropping away, but satsang can be anywhere, I'm learning. Because in union with the truth, you're anywhere inside with yourself, which is the truth. It's fun to be with people who are speaking of it and exploring it and enjoying life around it. That helps a lot. Being with a teacher that knows this and lives this is satsang.
Sujata and Amba and Nirmala, Hari, David, Prem, Atisha, The t-shirt here. Говоришь по-русски, huh? Way of meeting. Yeah.
All right.
So it's not clear to everybody.
So many questions this morning. No, all questions gone. Let's go ahead. Yes. Not that there's anything wrong with questions, you understand? Questions very important. Because if anything bothers you, you really need to question it. You really need to inquire into it. Otherwise you just kind of, yes, but when everything is gone.
How can I increase my desire for freedom, for full freedom? Can I increase it? Is it? This gets into the idea of doing something to increase my desire for freedom, which sounds...
No. There's something very important in this question.
I feel I have made the decision, and I feel I'm...
Why say made, you see?
Because I made it,
yes,
and I make it every day.
Yes, you understand. The decision has to be here now. The making of it. No time excluded from this decision, you understand?
I feel like I make it every day. I mean, consciously.
How many minutes of a day you're making this decision?
Takes a second, less than a second.
Yes. How about 24 hours of decision?
How do I do that?
How do you do it in this second?
I just decide.
Yes, you understand? You just simply decide. Freedom. And then you say that's enough for today. Tomorrow again.
I understand.
Yes. So constant decision, you understand? Constant desire. Not wanting anything else. Not spending time on anything else. For once, you understand? just truly, purely involving yourself totally with this decision. Decision, desire, same, you understand? Decision for freedom, desire for freedom, same place.
Talking about just being quiet. But,
Speak up.
We were talking about being quiet before, but how can you have to be alone to be quiet. You can't talk to people and be quiet. I don't know how to talk to people and be quiet. Be sociable and be quiet.
You said it yourself. You have to be alone to be quiet. And alone doesn't mean, no people, you understand? Because right now, so many people here. Any disturbance?
No, but when I'm...
No disturbance, you understand? Yes, you have to be totally alone.
So when I'm in a group of people and everybody's talking, or when I'm with a friend or a partner and they're talking all the time and they're demanding that you listen, how can you be quiet?
Well, then you have to look inside, you see?
But then I'm not listening.
Well, that doesn't matter. So you really have to see what is it that you want, you understand? If you do want to be quiet, then you're willing to check in this very moment and see that you're absolutely, totally, purely alone, even though there's a lot of noise going on around you, because the noise doesn't matter, you understand? It's not the noise that disturbs you. It's the involvement with it that bothers you, no? You understand? And then you not alone, because you involved with something, which means something that arises in you, you enter a relationship with it. Yes, and in this relationship, you're not alone. There is you and there is something else. And you relating to it, and that relationship disturbs you. It's not the thing itself, though, you understand? How can you find out? You can only find out if you're really willing in this very moment. Let go. Simply be alone for a moment. And then you see if anything disturbs you. In a moment, you decide to find out right now. Not wait until tomorrow, because that might not come. Not wait until they are all gone. They might never go, I mean, friends, you understand? Once they come, they want to sit and talk, you understand? So don't wait. You just do it right now. Find out right now, at this very moment, what is it that listens? What is it that understands what I say? Before the thought comes, you understand? Yes, before the thought comes, there's no problem. Then the thought arises, you follow it, and then you drag some past experience and but how does it work, And then you're all confused holding to it. Because then you truly do not know how it works. You only know it directly in this very moment, before the thought comes. So like that, you understand? Yes, and then there is no problem. There is no doubt. There is no nothing. Direct.
Through truly residing in satsang and truth, I've seen that there is no separation, there is no illusion. So now I'll have to see what happens with my practice and my teaching of yoga. But now my only desire is to stay in satsang until I'm fully immersed in the realization of who I truly am.
I came because at some point in my journey in this life, I realized that what I truly desired couldn't be satisfied by anything outside myself. And then I realized that what I was seeking was God. God, self, truth.
Through this devotion, I actually attracted a living guru to tell me that I am not what I think I am. I'm not this body. I'm not these thoughts. And that my true self can't even be put into words. And so my search is over. I don't need to look any further.
பண்ணணும் இங்கே பார்க்க முடியாதுப்பா ஒரு டிரைவருக்கு நான் ஏதாவது ஒரு
ஓம் நம சிவாய நம ஓம் நம சிவா
என்னடா
What does it mean when they say the kingdom of God is within you?
It is exactly what it means. If you imagine that the kingdom of God, that God itself, is something outside of yourself, yes? Then it means you are looking outside of yourself to find fulfillment. Then you're just believing in a concept or an idea of a God that exists apart from you. God, kingdom of God, same place, yes? Something that exists apart, separate from yourself. So believing this, you make yourself on a search that is to search outside.
But I've looked inside and I can't find it.
You have looked inside and you cannot find it, you say, yes? Where did you look? Tell me.
Right. I just looked inside my body and went really deep.
Your body. Where is this body coming from? That's a misunderstanding. Yes, the body coming from your mother and your father. And who are you? Me. Who is this me?
Me is a thought that arises in the mind.
Yes, very good. So now, that's where you have to look, you understand? You have to look into this very place where the thought of you arises. No, it's not a sense that we are looking for. You simply say me. Where is this me? What do you mean when you say me?
A thought that appears in the mind.
Yes. Where is this thought? Look for it. Where is the mind? Look for it.
I can't find it.
You cannot find it. Then what is it that you find as you look?
There's just me looking.
No, you just said yourself that you can't find. Yes. So again, do not rely on a memory of what you have said. You just rely on a direct experience in this very moment. Not on a thought.
I can't get it.
That's another thought. No, I said do not rely on a thought.
Then there's just this.
Just this. Yes, this is where you are. This is who you are. This is the kingdom of God. This. Not you, not any other thought before.
So the answer to the question is, when he says the kingdom of God is within you, he's on about in your true being.
Yes.
Not
of
inside
course,
yourself,
not
your
inside
body.
of your body, of course
Oh,
not.
right. Now I get
no. Yes.
Now I met a teacher who is not happy enough to just have the truth discussed. That teacher insists that the truth be experienced, that you basically are the truth in that moment.
Do you understand? The moment there is a pure intention to come to satsang, that's where it all becomes available.
The satsang can happen with the inner guru.
The satsang is not a place, it's not a person, it's not a house, it's not a group of people. The satsang is the direct communion with yourself, the direct being yourself, the direct experiencing of yourself. That's guru, that's God, that's self, that's satsang, same thing. And that is the light that makes it possible to see. And in that all these questions finished. And in that all these answers contained. Is your own true, not belonging to anybody, satsang.
Where are you going?
Going to lunch
Lunching today?
in Ramana Ashram.
Thank you.
There is an illusion that you have something I don't have.
Yes, it's an illusion.
It's an illusion.
Yes. So you might as well just drop it right now, you see? That makes it so simple, no? So direct.
But we are all here somehow because you have something we don't. I mean, we are here because you can direct us to somewhere. Show
Is it really why you're here?
I don't know.
Yes.
So why am I here?
Why are you here? Yes. Why is it that you come here? Because of what you come here? What brings you here? Is it not grace and God itself that brings you here? Is it not the self itself that brings you here? Just so that you can hear there is no illusion. There is nothing to do because you're running around trying to find. Until you have a pure desire for truth, and then it brings you to satsang. And in satsang, you hear for the first time, you are not missing anything. You are not lacking anything. You are absolutely, totally free, just the way you are, you see.
Satsang for me is just looking for myself in the eyes. It just, I feel like if I have any question, no matter about what. When I'm in satsang, I have the answer immediately, like, it doesn't exist anymore. Nothing exists, just the realizing that really there's no questions.
What I really got from satsang with Neela is to look directly into things. So this is a great tool. So whenever something comes up, I really look directly into it, and mostly it really works. I get into bliss immediately. It takes minutes, and I just get into bliss. And it doesn't matter if it's jealousy or any pain or ego game, my reaction from the ego, anything. I welcome it so much because I go like, oh, you know, there's a new thing to play with, to look directly into, and let's see what's going to come up.
Is a guru necessary? And necessary for what?
Yes, totally, absolutely necessary. As long as you believe yourself to be the body, then a body has to appear in front of you to tell you that is not so. And until you absolutely, totally trust, and the guru tells you the guru is here, within you, within your heart. So then for the first time you see, for the first time you understand, for the first time you experience. And then slowly, slowly, it's like a love affair, you understand? You're falling more and more in love until it pulls you totally. When I met Papaji, I knew even before I met him that he is my guru, that he is myself. And when I saw him the first time, I had to cry because he was so beautiful, see? God himself in a human form speaking to me.
Satsang to me is the total heart space. To be in a space beyond the mind, where something comes up that is deeper than the mind, some unknown realm. And it makes it easier to be with an enlightened teacher, with someone who represents the truth, someone who is that and shows it very beautifully, very clearly, without any doubt. I feel very lucky in this life.
Just it's being put in a...
Yeah, I have this at... Yeah.